Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. We watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new REV'IT Quest OutDry boot available at RevZilla.com. Oh, for the ladies, REV'IT, you done good on this one. New for the spring of 16, this is the REV'IT Quest OutDry specifically for ladies. And this is a 4-season hardcore touring and light adventure boot. I will say this, that if you looked at it, you say, oh, it looks like a touring boot. It's got great European style to it. It's going to be OutDry, which means it's full grain leather with a bonded waterproof breathable liner. But you might look at it and say, how is that adventure? It looks touring to me. Here is why. There are two things, in my opinion, that allow you to stretch this from the pavement to the dirt. The first is they did a great job on the shin protection, but that's less important in my opinion. What is most important is the fact, and it's gonna be the polarizing fact that ladies, if you're out there, if you don't buy this boot, if you go buy something like the Daytona Lady Star, this is the differentiator. This sole is a 9 out of 10 on the stiff scale. That is a very rigid sole. So phenomenal standing on the pegs, phenomenal support over a long distance in riding, phenomenal from a protection standpoint if you happen to get yourself into trouble off-road. But if you want to wear this boot for short jaunts, hop off the bike and walk around while you do some on the bike, off the bike touring, that's going to be a little bit too stiff for the day-to-day walk around. Keep that in mind. So again, that's the trade-off you're making. And remember, full force seasonality, because you have a gaiter that's going to come all the way up within this boot, it comes to about here. I wish it was a little bit higher, but again, bonded to the full grain leather outer shell that make it a superb touring boot. Now, at around the $300 mark, and like I said, compared really with the Daytona Lady Star, it's the only other game in town, and that's going to be Gore-Tex, a little bit different, a little bit more breathable. We love where this lives in the REV'IT lineup. We love where this lives in ladies motorcycling, period, because it's an underserved category in our opinion. Now, quick note on fitment. It's going to use the REV'IT size chart for ladies. It doesn't change that often. It doesn't change that much, but here's what you need to keep in mind from a ladies fit standpoint, because REV'IT makes guys boots. What REV'IT's excellent at doing is making a more ergonomic footbed for ladies, narrowing the ankle, and then expanding the circumference and changing the shape and really the proportions up here around the calf. So you'll see that ladies' boots tend to not follow the same line as a male's boots because ladies' ankles, shins, calves, as well as feet have a different profile to them. Again, use the size chart. We'll ship free over 39 bucks. And as always, ladies, I'd love you to click our logo, subscribe to RevZilla on our YouTube channel, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Quest OutDry. Now, if we get into some of the nuance of the boot, because there's definitely more going on here. Notice it's a Vibram sole, which is going to be a premium third-party manufacturer. All they do is soles. And again, it's nice to see them use outside technology or third-party technology when they want to step things up and they don't want to reinvent the wheel. Remember what I said. Heavy-duty reinforced sole. Again, I am absolutely starting there. CE rating on this boot, which I like as well. Reinforced toe, reinforced ankle and heel, and you're going to get large thermoformed cups on the lateral as well as on the medial side. Again, this one's going to be tucked in, but you do have that full CE rating. And remember, this is going to be full grain cowhide. Now, dual reinforcement, I would have loved if they would have maybe done some recessed stitching here around the shifter panel. If they rubberized that or used a different stitch, they might have been able to take it outside of harm's way, because over time you might, if you're really putting a beating on these boots, you might start to abrade away some of that stitching. But again, it depends on how you're going to use them. As you work your way up, leather bellows for flexibility. We've already talked about the embossed over top of this big shin protector. Again, the story here is the shin protector, less about the emboss. The nice subtle branding is a nice touch though. If we move to the inside, I'm going to show you how high that gaiter is. Now if we open it up, nice big pull, notice the Velcro at the top, premium feature. Ow, got me a little bit. It's heavy duty Velcro. Now if we look at it, nice big Vislon style zipper there, heavy duty teeth you can see, but that's the height of the gaiter. So your waterproofing stops there. And remember that waterproofing is bonded to the leather on the inside. It's almost like Gore Pro without being Gore. And what that's going to do is it allows any water that might make its way through the leather in extended periods of rain. If it starts to soak, it's not going to soak through. You're not going to get any water getting in between the leather and the waterproof breathable material. Again, that's something that Gore-Tex pioneered with their bonded materials years ago, and now we're starting to see it creep its way into other technologies. This is not a Gore-Tex boot. Now, if we open it up, notice the wicking at the top. Again, it's going to pull moisture away from your leg, and towards the inside, it's a different material because, again, you're going to sweat at different places of your leg differently, and again, you're just going to promote blood flow differently. The other nice thing that they did, while I wish on a boot like this around the $300 mark, it might have given you the adjustability. That's something on that Daytona you could step into with the adjustability along the calves. What you do have, though, is a nice stretch panel here across the back that starts narrow, and again, it's going to give you a decent amount of flex and range. because however you're wearing your pants, you want to get a good tight seal against your leg towards the top end of this boot. The only thing I haven't talked about so far is the fact that along the back, you might look at that and say, why didn't they do elasticated leather? It's because this is blacked out reflective, and I'm a big fan of that. I will trade the look of the leather to get that technical feature for nighttime riding. So again, a little bit of emboss here along the wrap on the heel and down below the ankle. Nice style to it. It's classic. It looks more like a touring boot, but again, based on the sole and the protective profile, I would give this a light adventure category rating. Again, at the price, at this feature set, there's not a ton in this category, so REV'IT, you're being forward thinking. I love the fact that you're further serving the lady rider market. Now, the next step in your journey is click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device, visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com, read other rider reviews. You should not just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free, and if you want to talk to a lady geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion on the latest and greatest in the motor universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.